Hello, everybody. Welcome to Market Moves. I'm Jason, the Wizard of Ops, and with me, as always, is Jay, aka Dark Matter. He's always with me, but I guess I'm not always with him, right? My wife had to do a stand-in last week, right?
And she was an amazing co-host. She brought the bold so much luck. Have you ever won in your life as much as when Jill co-hosted Market Moves? I don't think anyone did. All right.
I would have to say I have. So,
how was Nashville? How was in general, how was
oh,
your experience?
I mean, in some ways, I feel like I still am recovering, but met a lot of people. It's a lot of institutional people there that are fairly high up. When I was looking at, even before I went to Nashville, when I was looking at the titles of everybody, it was like director, CEO, director. I'm like, ooh. It was a little intimidating going there, but for the most part, everybody was really, they're really cool. Yeah, the market maker guys can drink.
Not shocked.
No. Yeah, I mean, I could give like a quick little overview. One thing I will notice is I do think that retail, like all, probably most of the people watching this, I do have to encourage you all that we're catching up, right? Like, I mean, the institutional people, I feel are being a little, they're not very creative. And I see a lot more creativity even from retail folk and I did that a kind of a brief write-up in the newsletter, but yeah, I mean, I kind of drew a little parallel. Maybe we're outgunned and outmanned, kind of like Ukraine or something, or even Iran, but we're hanging in there. I think we do have some advantages over institutional. So I don't know. Is that encouraging to you, Jay, or?
No, I mean, I for me, being a fan of Volland for as long as I have, I think it just reiterates why I trust the platform, believe in it. I think it just adds more fuel to the fire, if you want to call it that, Wiz. I think for me as a fellow subscriber, I think it excites me. I see it in action, so it just kind of reinforces those concepts, right? Is how I look at this. So to me, this just validates what I've been building up for 3 years trying to learn through your brain in Volland. So I am like a happy transplant.
Yeah, I mean, I would say I'm retail, but after this week, I probably not anymore. In fact, I know I'm not anymore. I'm now straddling.
Looks like you're buying next time. Then that means I hope the money's coming your way as well. All right,
we'll see. Yeah, before we go into your trade plan, I'll mention this now, and I'll mention it before we leave. Obviously, I did speak at RMC. It was very well received, and the Trader Fest Live Summit 2026, the Tradier Summit, sponsored by SIBO, is May 8th, I think. May 8th, or May 7th through 8th, I think. I'll be speaking then with the fireside chat with me, Mark, and Lex. So it'll be kind of like the Thursday show, talking about opportunity and risk transfer with options. So in the chat, there will be more details, and you could register there. It is at West Palm, and it is right after OIC. So maybe you can run into some institutional people yourself. So yeah, come on down. It's actually really well priced. I mean, it's only $79. I don't know how they're making money. I think like Tradier, I don't know how they're making money, but maybe they're not. But this is like a loss leader kind of thing. But yeah, I mean, the West Palm is nice. I'm kind of excited to go for only $79.
Hey, it's on a beautiful golf course, right?
Yeah.
The location of it is tremendous. I almost, might have to zip down for a quick trip for a day or two
Yeah, man.
myself. So it'd be fun. I'll
Yeah,
have to
man.
check it out. And you posted a link, I believe, in the chat for everyone.
Yes.
Is that right? Awesome.
All right, let's see what you got, man.
Well,
You nailed it last week, by the way. Even with Jill as a co-host, you nailed it. Well
yeah,
at
thank
least
you.
set a rally up to something.
Yeah, no, I mean, we there was a turning point Monday night going into Tuesday's session where I think a lot of the data changed, which just kind of it again the concepts, the Vanna, the gamma flips, things of that nature, right? Like when you see these things occur, you see the data, your bias has to go out the door. And I kept my bias check last week, right? Because we sat here last week with Jill. Hey, we reclaimed 6,800. We boldly claimed 6,900 was coming. I think a lot of us were in alignment there. Above and beyond 6,900, like, yeah, that was, wow, what a move. Like, did we see 7,000? I thought we could see 7,000 once we got up and held above 6,900. But to 71, what was it, 7,150, I think, or ish, somewhere around there. That's a hell of a move. Like, we moved almost 400 points in a given week, for crying out loud. So, I mean, we kept ourselves in check day by day. We never, went short or too heavy in any shorts, maybe dip buys, right, as opportunities came. But yeah, I got to give credit to Volland, right? It kept me in check in my bias last week, and I thought we had a good week. I mean, I'll let you pause, let you chime in a little bit on last week, but
yeah,
what a sight to see.
I had some calendars on that were kind of, I mean, they were kind of a little bit to the downside. And it was really I wasn't paying attention at all. I mean, I was doing all the conference stuff, and it wasn't until market close that I was paying attention. I mean, on Monday evening, I was like, okay, I don't have to worry about it. Or, Sunday evening, I was like, okay, I don't have to worry about it. We were gapping down 100 points. And, by Monday, I looked, by the close, because I was pretty much engaged in the conference most of the week. By Monday, I was like, whoa. I mean, from the March lows, from March 30th, we've rallied like 12, 13%, right? Like somewhere in there, like 12%.
Yeah.
That's a lot. That's not, normal. And I mean, I'm sure we're going to talk about this a little bit, but that rally was extraordinarily thin. The difference between S&P equal weight and S&P, index is about 13%, right? Like 1,300 basis points. It's like, that was a lot. So it's definitely a thin rally. So it seems like it's like tech and energy. So I mean, I think that's the real story here is the rally is very thin, which usually indicates a lot of short squeezing. ES short squeezing. There was a lot of, when you look at the Goldman holdings, we were kind of at a low with hedge funds, and then we got back up to neutral with the squeeze. So, so I would be remiss to say I don't quite trust it, but we'll look at Volland and see what it says.
Yeah, I think my big feedback is it might not look right to you, but you are also not dictating the market to follow what the data shows you. And I think this week is a prime example, right? If we get into our trade plan for this week here, just at a high level, Wiz, 70.50 was like a bounce spot I was looking to buy, right? Even 7,000 going as far as that, like I could still be very bullish if those two levels held. And we did that, right? We on the weekly here. So this is my structural ladder here. I mean, 7,000 is a massive line in the sand. I'll leave it at that, right? We'll see that in just a second here. 70.50 coming into the week. This is what I was looking for to buy, and we bounced right off there. And there's a confluence. We have some Vanna, Gamma, our value area high from last week for those who are volume profile traders. That was also our bounce spot there too, about 70.50 SPX, and that's about 70.87 on ES. So Our low on ES was 70.85 overnight we bounced off there. It was a clean bounce. I mean, that wick was aggressive. The volume at that buying was aggressive for an overnight session. And we haven't tested that low again. And ultimately for the week, I'm kind of looking for us to not only test our highs of last week, which is around 71.50 here, and we've got some moderate Greeks. What I'm really looking forward to is 71.75. I think there's some dealer gamma and Vanna that we can pin towards. It all depends on volatility, as always, and we've got a lot of volatility this week. For those unaware, there's a lot of earnings. Tesla starts our massive kind of earnings this week. IBM, Intel report, Boeing, and then last but not least, Wiz, here on the calendar, we got core retail sales. Europe's got some PMI. Otherwise, economic data-wise, we're pretty quiet. It's just how our earnings going to pan out.
Well, you also forgot that the ceasefire ends on Tuesday. So I'm sure bombs are flying and, the Strait of Hormuz is closed again. I think that might raise oil prices again too. So, I mean, you can't sleep on Iran. That's not over. Additionally, 7,000, I'm expecting kind of a test there. I mean, at some point it's got to test that again. There are a lot of calls bought today, trying to get it up, but there is a lot of over fixing as well. So, so I mean, we're looking at Vanna. It's a pretty negative Vanna. Is this all expiration?
No, so this is this week. So this is just to kind of, just to get everyone correlated. So this was our bounce overnight sessions here at our positive Vanna. Now on the week, we were a little bit more positive than, when futures first started overnight, I should say. So it's become less positive. When we start to look at it, to your point, here's your all expiration Vanna. I mean, you can see 7,000. You get a shot of volatility, this thing's going to rip, and it's going to rip right through.
Yeah, I mean, so all those are in the money calls now, like dealer long in the money calls. So that's the problem, right? If it does pass 7,000, it'll rip because it'll get all those dealer calls below. And that's usually what happens, like especially when you have those low volatility advances. When you have those like low volatility advances, usually you're just like crawling up those short calls and then you're kind of stopping a little bit. It's positive gamma. The Vanna's flipping from positive to negative. Right now we are deep into that zone. So, I mean, if you're a bear, you need to see a failed test of 7,000. And yeah, I mean, the other thing too is look at all those bought calls. Like this is customers buying calls. Not those. It's the negative ones. I was talking about way out of the money. But
you're talking, man. You're talking about these.
Look at that. That's like, I mean, I'm just saying because that's Vanna. So Vanna is implied volatility impact. So those will also slow advances.
I still can't believe I'm seeing 8,000 strikes. Like,
and you're seeing them in the IV, right?
Yeah.
So
wild.
Yeah, it's shocking. Last time I was on this call, we were like at 6,300. So I mean, it isn't like an all clear, but again, like there is positive Vanna. I think that 7,000 strike is the big one. Like that test is the one that will be most interesting to me. But then again, we do have positive Vanna, so we could, kind of roll up a little bit to 71.75. If there is like kind of a rapid rally here, and because today's like 0 DTE right now, people are buying calls. Again, people are buying calls right above spot, and usually that's a bearish thing. Usually that's a bearish thing. Yeah, all that.
Here's your chart.
Yeah. So right now we're looking at bought calls and I guess a little bit of bought puts underneath. So that's not like, yeah, that's that's not that constructive. But I mean, we can run if we start running into those bought calls, then you could start looking at like another kind of weird breakout run. I don't know if the
Yeah.
short squeeze is over yet, but if it isn't, that can be something.
Yeah, and I mean, right now in futures, we're testing 7,100. We just pierced it, and then it kind of wicked below a little bit. But
Mhm.
we are slowly but surely. This market wants to get back up above 7,100, and I would not get in its way. It's like a freight. It's like a freight truck right now. It's on a mission. I
Yeah.
think earnings is where, I respect the Iran news and obviously the outcomes there matter. This market just is way past that. I feel like, Wiz, right? Even with a weekend full of negative news, is the straight close? Is it open? Like yeah, the market did sell off on a little bit of volatility, and where we had that massive dealer gap, we sold to it, right? But it got all bought up, right? You think about it, we're only 25 points down in futures. We were at 75 points down at one point, right? So
Mhm.
your bias has to get checked here. I think what the market wants is earnings. They want to chase earnings. They think earnings is going to come out really, really well. And that's where you're seeing the push go, at least in my opinion, where you're getting a lot of this push and where a lot of this, besides the short squeezes, no doubt, a lot of this aggravation from the bulls to the bears is coming from earnings, in my opinion. And so we'll see how the next 2 weeks turn out. To your point, we could have a horrible earnings season and we're back to 6,800 potentially.
Right. I mean, I think it depends on the 7,000 strike, and if that fails, I mean, the pit of all expiration Vanna is down all the way down to 6,500.
Yeah.
And we can make a run. So I'm kind of like, no, that's no, like where
Yeah,
the negatives
yeah,
turn to positive. Keep
yeah,
going.
right
Yeah,
here.
right around there. What's that? Like 6,500?
It's 65.50.
Yeah, that's around where I would target if there was, if the war resumes and oil goes up to 120 again or something like that, that's kind of where I would be targeting.
Yeah, and here it
Um,
is on the exposure. A little bit better visual for me, but yeah.
yeah. Yeah, that 7,000 strike though to me is the critical one.
Yeah, you lose that,
Yeah,
goodbye.
yeah. But if not, though, I mean, we could still get up to 71, 75, that kind of thing. So, I mean, I don't know. What I would like to see are puts getting bought. We got a little bit of it for next week, or maybe it's this week. Both of them, I guess. We got a little bit.
Here's the next 2 weeks, what you're looking at.
Yeah. So there's a little bit. You see that green Vanna below? There's some stuff going on here. That's
Yeah.
positive.
Well, and I thought, and that's what I thought 70.50 was coming into the session was pretty, when I looked at the weekly next
Yeah.
week, this level wants to hold. I mean, when you compare it on the all expiration, it's just a tiny, blimp on the radar. Let's say, yeah, it's right here, right? So it's tiny in nature to, let's say, our 7,000 friend over here.
Yeah,
But
that's
when you
June.
start,
That 7,000 friend is June.
yeah,
It's not that far off.
not that. That's what I was just gonna say. You're 2 months away, right?
Right.
But you start to look at the weekly here, and they just piled on the weeklies for the next 2 weeks. So again, that's my thesis, right? They want to take earnings. They want to take it as far as they can before they report. Just don't get in the way, right? If you don't believe in it, just sit it out then. But the data clearly shows you what it shows you, and this was the same story, in my opinion, last week as well. Was the tape, as they say, massively changed.
It did. Yeah. So
You know what I forgot to do here before we continue, because we need to like and subscribe to this amazing analysis brought to you by Wiz and myself here,
Yes.
Jay, Dark Matter. So thank
Yes.
you, Jill.
Unfortunately, according to Patel, we're getting ads interrupting your talking, Dark Matter.
Oh,
So we'll have to do a quick recap. Show your little ladder. I like your ladder, by the way. That's pretty cool.
thank you. You know, you try to work on these and improve them over time, right? So
Yeah.
So
Cool.
ladder here, 7,000
Type
is
that
the
out,
floor.
or do you? What is that?
Yeah, I type it out, and then like my notes like transforms it into a way that into this format that you kind of see it here. I've like done this, like here's the key levels, like this was one way, but then I was like, I got to connect the moderateness to the severity over here. I'm a visual person, Wiz, so this is what I literally have open to watch throughout the day, right? And I update my own structural ladder. But 7,000, as we clearly saw, that's your biggest line in the sand there. On the week, 70.50, what we just discussed. 7,100 is where you start to transition and pivot. And as you go up there, you got these levels where you're going to have some speed bumps up to 7,150. 71.75 then would be our target here. So obviously these can change as positions change, Wiz. I would not be shocked if we decided to go over and hit 72 on any positive news, especially earnings, but I'm going to stick with 71.75 at least for my upper range for the week.
All right. No, it sounds good. Sounds good. All right. Anybody with comments? Good morning, Mark. How are you? And good morning, Johannes. How are you? So Johannes wants us to see June OPEX. Honestly, June OPEX looks a lot like the all expiration. Most of that all expiration is June. There's some in December, but it's mostly June.
Let me pull it up here while you continue. My mouse works. And it looks like we also have a shortened week, that OPEX, because of Juneteenth, I believe.
Oh, yeah. Look at that. Juneteenth.
So FYI for those trading around June OPEX.
I know like what Juneteenth is, but I can't stand that name of that holiday because it's almost sounds like a meme, right? Like you're combining two words to each other.
Yeah. I mean, so here's your June Vanna.
Slave Liberation Day or something.
You can't use Liberation Day now after Trump.
That's and why is all names are being taken?
I know. It's because he's the one who wants to come with the flashy names, right? So, all right. So you want to go ahead?
Yeah, there's June, and that's why I was saying like the all expiration looks a lot like June. And there's a lot of negative Vanna below, and most of that is dealer calls, not dealer puts. So it's not like people are selling puts there. They have sold calls, and the market has advanced past it. So that's my cautionary tale here.
You look at the Van exposure even. Oof. Again, that's 7. I mean, this one, you got that 6,000. Ignore that, right? But
you're probably not going to have to ignore it. Probably not going to have to ignore it later.
Yeah. I mean, oof.
So just be careful. Be careful if you're too bullish.
I mean, I was looking for 6,200. It's like, I think we've talked about it on the show a couple times, right? And I thought the year we could then, once we had a good retracement to 6,200, we could go back towards 7,500. That was kind of my target, right? Now I'm kind of like questioning myself here a little, Wiz. Like, is this just going to get demolished here at this level?
I think if we get that low, we'll probably start seeing puts being bought. So
yeah,
that's when I think we'll start seeing some support. But we'll see, because that feels like a far way off right now. What is the SPX equivalent right now? 7101 or something like that. It seems like a far way off. So which I think like the market's actually trying to probably close the gap, the futures gap.
Yeah,
But
I would be shocked if we don't close that gap here today.
yeah, we'll see what happens after that, because I mean, there's so many calls up above spot too. So before I go though, I will re-mention. Come network, listen to speeches at Trader Fest Live Summit 2026. That is at PGA National at West Palm Beach, May 7th and 8th. I'll be talking on May 8th at 3:35 to 4:05 p.m. So yeah, right before you leave, you get to hear me. That's the last thing you hear is me. We'll have a fireside chat with me, Mark Phillips, and Lex. Or actually Molly. I'm sorry. I don't even know if Lex is in that one. Molly, I think, is moderating it, and it's opportunity and risk transfer with options. So come on down. It's actually very reasonably priced at $79. So take advantage right now of the jet fuel prices, because I don't know if they're going to be that low after Tuesday. So right? Come on.
Yeah,
Come on.
that's very valid.
All right. Okay. Good morning. What do you think about the JP collar? Does it still make sense? I don't know what you mean by does it make sense. The JPM, the JHEQX collar. I'll just say, yeah, like it's on the CME stuff. One thing I will caution you about, the CME product, what is that? SPQ or SPM or something like that. The S&P product, the CME product is an American option. And, so just be careful, because if they exercise, if whoever the market maker is exercises, that can, and all those calls are in the money, right? Right now, what's the top level? 6,900?
68.65.
Yeah. So if they exercise, there's going to have to be a big sell from JPM in order to pay that cash, or pay, the futures. It's a deliverable. So yikes! Like this rally was couldn't have come at a worse time for the JPM collar.
Well, what also makes it interesting, that collar rotates, right, every quarter. So what quarter does that rotate? Is that June expiration? So that's going to be a pretty damn volatile month, in my opinion, as they.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I don't know what you mean, RSA, about does it still make sense? I guess. I mean, it exists. So whether it makes sense, I mean, it's not the greatest strategy to begin with because of this exact situation. Many people, anybody who's invested in that, is not participating right now, right? So, so yeah, that's that. Since those trading at such low IVs, the negative Vanna basically becomes bullish, since IVs can't really fall. Well, the issue is that spot vol correlation will push the market down if those IVs start rising, right? So it'll start rolling up those Vanna back to positive, and those IVs start going from negative to positive, and increased IV will push it even further. So so that's my concern. I did see implied volatility starting to go up as we rallied. That's probably because of the speed of this rally. But and now I see implied volatility bumping up a little bit from that Iran news. So yeah, I mean, we could yeah. So I mean, it's a little bit treacherous out there. I kind of do like shorts a little bit, but that's only like kind of speculative. Volland is saying we could rally as high as 71.75. So for me, I would want to see a test of 7,000 and see what happens there. But 71.75 makes sense to me though too, Jay.
Yeah, I mean, there'll be a reaction there. I think, Tesla earnings this week. You've got Iran news tomorrow with the ceasefire deadline, right? So Johannes, never say never, right? You get a little bit of perkiness out of that volatility, and we're right back to where levels we were looking at last week, thinking if we could rip through them, right? So it's an odd one. This is why I keep saying it was managed level to level. That's been my success this year. I don't go chasing, because half the time you go chasing, let's say you chased at Friday, you come in Monday, you're down potentially, and then you got the decay of the time that's going to add to it, right? And it's like, it's hard, like to swing even overnight, in my opinion, unless like you get a perfect entry. So to me, it's just, hey, I hit one key level to the next, 750 here to 7150, 75. I'm good. I'll just watch for a little bit and see what's up next until the market reassesses itself.
Yeah, and I also, as far as the short squeeze goes, I don't know if that's over. Like that's.
Yeah. I mean, look at Carr. Everyone thought that squeeze was over. I mean, maybe today it's finally found its maker, right? But you want to look at a short squeeze and what's possible out there. Go look at Carr if you haven't seen it, anyone.
Check it out on. Is it on? Check it out on Volland.
Let me see here. I try to avoid stocks like that.
What is Carr? CarMax?
No, it's
Carvana?
Avis, the car rental.
Avis, the car rental.
Yep.
And its ticker is CAR.
Yep.
Interesting. All right. I'm looking at it now. Change ticker.
Oh, I need to refresh.
All right. Is it CAR or CARR?
CAR, 3 letters, like the motor vehicle.
Whoa.
Yeah, you might need to share, because I'm running into some Wi-Fi issues here.
Oh, okay.
Go.
Yeah. Yeah. So I will share real quick. Sorry,
I got it.
I
got it.
Got it.
Yeah. I'm back in business, so let's look at Carr. I mean, this one's impressive. If you've not been following it, this has been. It's almost like, a meme stock trade. That's essentially what has happened with Carr here. All right. I mean, look at this thing. I mean, this thing could go, holy cow.
What was it at?
I mean, it's at 485, but it was starting before it squeezed. Let me just pull up the.
So it looks like a lot of people are buying calls on it. What is that level?
That level there, this big one, is 600.
I'm looking at the chart. Oh.
Yeah, right. So here, let me. I got a chart here. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Right.
What happened?
So just a massive short squeeze. Like the shorts on this ticker were just a whole. Yeah, I mean, you look at this thing. So for everyone, if you didn't see this, this was at $85, about 2 months ago, and it had the world's largest short squeeze. There's some news, I believe, on it, like their earnings were not as bad as they expect them to be, kind of thing. Yeah, I mean, this is impressive. Impressive move.
It looks like it's a complete short squeeze. 53.66% of the company's publicly available shares were short.
Yeah.
Wow.
Holy cow. Yep. It's quite impressive. I mean, look at this. You have not had a losing day since March 23rd.
It's not just that, but it went up like 5 times.
Yeah,
like
and it still has more. Right now. It still has another 100 points potentially can squeeze.
If you're the CEO, how are you not issuing shares?
Oh my gosh!
I would be issuing so many shares. I'd be like, please take my part of the company.
Yeah,
take it all. Here you go.
How do I sell more?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, look at the dads. It's insane.
Yeah, that is crazy.
40.89. Like, holy crap. I mean, and look at this all expiration Vanna. This is some of the wild. I've never seen Vanna like this before. Look at this.
This is crazy. Like I'm looking at this, I'm like, wow.
It's a
I mean,
great.
you might want to. What's the implied volatility on this thing now?
Let's see. Oh, let me spot vol will be updated. Here we go. Here's your Greek volatility here.
Woo!
Yeah, right. Look at that fun roller
There's some
coaster.
backwardation in there.
Yeah, just a little bit, right?
Wow. Wow. All right. Well, what's that? That's 200 something percent?
Yeah. Yeah.
When's its earnings report? Their earnings report is going to be like.
They're not, they just reported back in February. So
And it didn't go very well, looks like.
It did not. It gapped down. Like almost 40 points. It gapped down. You are looking at their earnings.
Due to the increase in people renting bicycles.
Lime.
Wow. All right. Well, good for you, Avis. You know what you're doing.
That's right.
All right. Augustine wants us to check silver real quick. Let's do it real quick because we have like maybe 2 minutes, I guess, right?
Yeah, we got the market opening up here. So let's go in. Let me pull up silver.
Yeah, just as a side note, for metals, I don't always take it. I take it with a grain of salt because there are so many other ways that metals are invested in, and central banks typically kind of determine. But
all right, let's see what we got. Woo, lots of negative. So on the week here, 71 clearly. A magnet here with volatility. It's kind of like our 7,000 or 7050.
Like people are those calls above or below, or is this? Because if not, it looks like people are buying both sides.
Those are just going to say, yeah, both sides. And you kind of, 74 is going to be pretty aggressive to get over here on the weekly. If we look at higher time frames, similar story. That 75, 74 is going to be, basically vol needs to die once we get to these levels, is what you want to see out of it. Otherwise, you kind of lose 70 here. You could rip down pretty easily with an increase in volatility with 65 kind of that key support level. So I'd say right now between 65 and 75 is what you're looking at.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, it looks like it's pinned. Like there's a lot of premium in that. So whoever is making that market, they are very happy right now.
Yeah, and dealers just like don't even care. They're just
we'll
accelerate.
They don't even care about any of that negative gamma because they probably have so much premium that they bought or that they're holding. They probably don't have to worry for like 20 points either way.
No, it's 82, and you got some minor pockets here, but at 68 and a half. But dealers, they're going to care. Yeah, go ahead.
Dealers are loving USLV guys.
Yeah.
And then really quick, Roger talking about R squared study on Forex. I mean, we're going to be getting futures pretty soon. There are some Forex options out there, some currency options out there on futures. I kind of stopped talking a little bit over the last week because we were at the conference. I didn't even actually think of it because I was so busy. But yeah, so I mean, futures is coming. I'm actually, you know what? I'm going to put that on my to-do list. I will call them up today and say where we at. So, all right. So that's what I got. Jay, do you have anything else or?
Like and subscribe. That's all I have.
All right. Like and subscribe. And thank you for tuning in, everybody. And may Volland help you in your future trading ventures.